You. Yes, you. You. What have you got there? Come. Come up here. Show me that. Give me that. Really? Get back down to your seat. Do that again, and I will report you to the principal's office. We are talking money here today. It's a serious subject. Good morning, class of 2020. Well, today we're going to be talking about money tips. And we're going to go from tip number 10 to tip all the way down to my number 1. So you're going to have to hold on for that one. Welcome back to all my viewers, and thank you very much, and to the audience. If you would like to like this video and help Lady Algorithm, that would be really greatly appreciated. Also, if you'd like to subscribe, and if you'd like to share or press that notification bell for future great little videos just like this one. Let's jump in, shall we? So today it's a serious topic, a very serious topic, but we can still have a bit of fun with a bit of serious thrown in. Hey, we're going to help you save money, make money and keep money. The 3 vital things in life. Sometimes people get money, but they can't hold on to it, unfortunately. So my tip number 10 is to, first of all, get rid of your debt. Yes, all of your debt. We cannot move forward unless we get rid of the past. Now, I know a thing or two about that. So to move forward in life, we need to get rid of all of our debt. Otherwise, we are just going back over the same issues over and over again. We need to get rid and eliminate the debt in our lives. To do this, you have to learn to pay yourself first. What does that mean? Miss Vivienne, pay myself first. Well, what that means is when you get your paycheck on Friday, or if it's once a week, or whether it's once a month, whether it's however you get paid, you take your paycheck, you say to self, I need to pay myself first. Miss Vivienne said so. So therefore, what this means is, rather than by next Friday, all of your money is gone. Oh my goodness, where did it go? I don't know what I did with it. How did this happen? Gosh, I don't know. Well, what it means is you pay your debt first, you pay your expenses first. You pay all your living expenses and everything else before you get to buy the top in Zara or wherever else. Before you go for the dinner, before you have the drink. So you pay your debt when you get your check. And whether it's €5 or €10 or €15 or whatever it may be for you, that's okay. The point is you're getting the debt down slowly but surely, and it's the best place to start. Also, by the way, get rid of the credit card if you can't handle the credit card. I had a credit card years ago. Wasn't very good at handling it, I have to say. I still don't have one actually, but I will get one in the future, but we'll talk about that again. That's when you learn to manage your credit card and it can actually work for you. Also, by the way, girlies, and men, by the way, who love their clothes out there, you know, we're sitting there on a Friday night and we're having a glass of wine and or beer or whatever it may be, and whatever show is on television, and you're kind of going, oh yeah, that's a great show, and actually you're doing my head in, whoever's beside you, and you're just flicking through your computer and you're kind of going, oh, you know, I need a bit of an dopamine hit. So what do? We start exploring. We type in, oh yeah, oh look at that top, oh yeah, look, flick through Instagram, look what she's wearing. Really need that. I need that in my life. So this is a really good tip for all of us. And by the way, you know, when we're on our second, third glass of wine, let's be honest, you know, we get a bit looser with the credit card and everything else, you know. So yeah, the idea with this is you're going to get your dopamine hit. Do not worry about that. You're also going to get your fix of shopping. Don't worry about that either. But what you're going to do is from now on Friday or Saturday night, and you're going to think of Miss Vivienne, and you're going to go, okay, let's scroll in here and see what's going on. So this is a nice top and that's a nice jacket and blah blah. Flick through everything, add them to the cart. Lovely. Now, the new rule is, see your cart and it's really full and it looks delicious and you're feeling great and you've got the wine and you've got the dopamine and you've got everything you want. Well, the rule is the 24-hour rule. The 24-hour rule is you are not allowed to press the checkout button till the next day. Okay, girlies, got that one? So we look at our shopping cart and it's full and it's amazing and oh my God, can't believe all these lovely things. Okay, no problem at all. Leave them there. 24 hours. Believe you me, you'll feel different in the morning. You'll wake up with a hazy head. You might be regretful, or you might, oh my God, how much money did I fear? Oh, that fear, panic sets in, anxiety, all of the rest, triggered by all of the above. And you kind of go to yourself, oh my God, no, how much did I spend last night? What did I do? What did I buy? Have I overspent? You open up the computer and computer says, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. You just put a whole lot of shopping in the cart like a mad woman and you didn't buy it. Or a madman, or whoever you are. It's fine. You're cool. Okay? Great tip. My next tip, number 9, is that you evaluate your expenses and your bills. You evaluate basically where your money's going. You're tracking it. I have a great website, actually, mint.com, which can do that for you. You really need to track where your money's going, coming in, coming out. This app will do it for you. You should do this for at least 2 months. It's a great exercise to just to get yourself, your spending habits. You actually won't believe it. I've done it. I've kind of gone, oh my good God, what have I been doing? But it's a great learning tool. So, we all look at our expenses and our bills and our subscriptions. And as I said, going back to point number 10, you were there on a Friday night and you're looking at a Netflix show. And, we all do it. I love a bit of Grace and Frankie. Who doesn't love Grace and Frankie? And but what I do, and this is a really good tip for subscriptions like that, I have really good productive phases and then other times where I just want to binge watch. So what I do is I might subscribe to Netflix for a month and watch, my shows over that month and then say, right, I'm banned from Netflix for the next 6 months. So you're paying this subscription for 1 month instead of that yearly rollover, €13 a month or whatever it is. We've all done it. I've done it with apps. I've done it with subscriptions. I've done it with stuff on Apple. I've done it with lots and lots of things. But you need to go back into your Apple store or whatever it is where your subscriptions are coming from. You need to reevaluate your Netflix. You need to reevaluate your Sky, your mobile phone, everything. And just go back in and go, here, hold on a second. Because what you need to learn is about your attitude, and that every little bit helps. It really, really does. Especially if you're in that tight situation of not having any money and really every cent, every dollar, whatever part of the world you're living in, every little cent helps. All of these things really, really help if you work at them consistently. Consistency is key. That's why I decided to post every Wednesday so people would know what to expect from Miss Vivienne. Anyways, we move to point number 8. And in point number 8, this is a really, really good one. I actually did this one when I was 25. You start investing early. When you start investing early, you're on fire. I know, corny, but bear with me. So FIRE stands for financially independent, retired early. Remember that. Financially independent, retired early. This is what everybody wants. Financially, you want to be saving and investing. And then you want to get to the independent stage where basically your investments are paying for your day-to-day living without having to dip into anything else, and you've got a nice passive income flowing. And then, obviously, you can retire early, you can do what you want. And that old saying, we've got freedom, 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 I've got to give you what you need. Okay, I won't give up the day job. It's, George Michael. I won't, I promise. But that is what FIRE means. And I invested when I was 25. I bought a house because I decided, the modelling career I was in, which was modelling, was volatile, unpredictable, wasn't the most secure career in the world, and I didn't know where it was going to take me, how long it was going to last. Thank God I had a marketing degree behind me as well, and I did that also as a backup. But it also taught me that there are no 100% assurances. There are no, this is absolutely definite. There are no definites in life. There just aren't. And again, we're seeing it like this year, particularly in 2020. There's absolutely no absolutes, so I think you just have to think for yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to come and say to you, this is what you should do. because their advice mightn't be great. So yeah, I decided to buy the house at 25 and I rented it out, and thank God I have done that over the years, and that is there for me no matter what, no matter if modelling worked out, if acting worked out, if all the other jobs I had, you know, when I was starting out, they didn't work out, well, that was there for me. And you know, people might say, oh well, it's okay for you, maybe you had money. No, I didn't really, like, but everybody in life gets a gift or a donation, or maybe God forbid was in a car accident and got some sort of money. Everybody gets it could be your confirmation money or some sort of money that it's a lump sum. And rather than going out and buying that stereo or the flash car or the whatever else, you know, invest it. And it is the best tip because it's all compounded over the years. And over the years, obviously, you get more money and you earn more money back. And it is really freeing, and it's lovely to have that security there, just to know that you can fall back on that. And that was always my fallback way back. That's the reason I bought it. You know, you don't get a pension with modelling, and thank God I never really wanted to rely on a pension, and that's why I bought it. So Miss Vivienne says, start investing early. If you didn't, and you're no spring chicken like me, you can give this advice to your children, your grandchildren, your friends, whoever it is. Or it's never too late to invest. Invest anyway, you know? Great. So now we move on to my point number 7. Point number 7 is a good one too. Again, it's on the whole housing thing, and it's a house hacking. So particularly again for younger people out there who can't get on the property ladder. Well, my advice to you there is to either join up with somebody, whether it be a family member, it could be somebody in work. You can have contracts written up with your lawyer, so it's all above board and no arguing. You know, you can buy a house together, divide it 50-50, live in it. It's less expensive that way. You can also buy a house if you're lucky enough to have the deposit yourself, which is about 20%, which is what usually people need. Live in it and rent out the other rooms. You can buy a multiplex, you know, and your mortgage is paid, so you're basically living free while your tenants pay your rent. If you don't have the money to buy the house, well, you can rent, and you can always sublet. So you can rent out a full property, sublet the other rooms, and again, you're living rent free. If you're not living rent free, you're living, you know, a lot cheaper than you would be in any other situation. And if all of that fails and you are living in your house and you want a little more income, all you have to do is rent out one of your rooms. You know, this is very tax efficient as well, because you can rent out a room. I think it's up to about €14,000 here in Ireland. Not sure where it is in the States and London and everywhere else, but you know, you can look up your tax laws. It's very tax efficient because under 14, you don't have to pay any tax on it. So it's €14,000 for free. So it's another option. My theory is where there's a will, there's a way. And yeah, there definitely are options out there. So from house hacking to point number 6, which is travel hacking. I love to travel, as I said in my last video, and I will link that video either up here or down below or wherever. I love to travel, but you know, travel's expensive. So there are definitely ways around that too. You can rent out your home and do Airbnb. You can go traveling and obviously work. This is what I would like to do as well, and do some travel vlogs and, you know, where to go, where to stay, what to eat. You know, incorporate your work into your traveling, so therefore you're going to get paid as you're traveling around as well. Or you can, obviously there's lots of loyalty programs, you know, if you're good, I said good, with your credit card, and you pay it off in full every month, and you never pay the interest because that's where it builds and builds and builds, well then you can actually use your credit card to your advantage. You can get your bonuses from your credit cards, you can get your air miles, you can get all of that kind of stuff, and traveling does not have to be as expensive as it was back in the day. Not a problem at the moment because nobody's going anywhere, but you know, for the future when we're all going to be going somewhere again, please God, and the staycations will be over, even though they've been really nice too, by the way. So that's my number 6. Moving on from number 6, we are now in number 5, and that is car hacking. What is car hacking? Sounds very dodgy, Viv. Yes, it does. It's not what I mean though. People go out and buy brand new cars. That's beautiful. I love new cars. They're great. But if you can't afford a new car and you are trying to save money, do not spend money on your car. There are lots of ways to get nice cars that, like, you know, you can get the car that you want. It's just maybe 5-6 years old, where the depreciation curve is just kind of flattened out a bit and it's not going to depreciate really anymore. You're not going to lose any money on it like a new car. The minute you drive out of the garage, you're losing money. This way, you know, you can get your nice car, maybe it's 6, 7 years old, but it's not depreciating in value. You're pretty much running for free. All you have to pay for is the insurance and the gas or petrol or diesel or electric, depending. These days, there's a lot of choice. My point is, you don't have to have the expensive car, and you shouldn't have the expensive car if you can't afford it. So take that on board and think about getting the nice car that's 6, 7, 8 years old, and let it run until you invest in yourself, make money from you, and keep investing in yourself, whether it's education, financial education, whether it's learning how to do a new skill, YouTube, or any of those upskill, and don't mind the new car. The new car will come once your skills are fully developed. So number four, I kind of bundled in a few here together. These are kind of like the small incremental little things every day that we do that you don't think is going to add up to too much. But again, your attitude is important here, and every little bit matters. Don't forget that. So this is your coffee, which is like, oh yeah, sure, my coffee, €20 a week, no problem. It's my treat to me. We're so good to ourselves, really. But this €20 a day, or €20 a week, adds up to in around €1,040 a year. Like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that you could pay off your debt or your interest or your credit card or whatever else, when you can actually make nowadays really, really nice coffee at home. I've been doing that since quarantine. Get yourself a nice machine and make yourself coffee, and you don't have to walk down the road, and it's really convenient, and you don't have to stand in the line in Starbucks, and you don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. And you're saving money. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So that's coffee. Obviously then, you know, there's alcohol and eating out, and there's, you know, there's ways around these things too. Like, again, I'm never going to stop going to eat out. It's one of my favourite things to do in the world. But if you know, you can't afford to do it, go and have a happy hour where you get the exact same meal as the person beside you, but you go at 5:30 and they go at 7:30. It's much better to eat earlier for your metabolism anyway, so 5:30 is so much better. And then, so you can do your happy hours. You know, you should really cut your alcohol in half anyway, and it's very expensive, but, you know, again, we all need our treats and things like that. And parking. Parking is another one where, health reasons, park a block away. Don't park in Brown Thomas car park or whatever expensive car park there is. You know, park a block away, and you're getting your little bit of your steps in every day. Your waist is going to look better, and your pocket's going to feel great. So they're just small little things that you could do every day that really do add up. You know, if you're going to be in town, having your coffee, parking, going for a drink, going for dinner, you know, it all adds up. Moving on to number 3, and I love this one. This is something I started way back about, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. You know, in my family, my brothers and sisters' birthdays were all winter babies. And so I found, like, from November to January, like, just crazy expensive. Between birthdays and then Christmas, and now we've got nieces and nephews, and they're all in around the same time as well. So I just thought, well, I don't want to be broke November, December, January. So what I started to do was, in January every year, and I still do this to this day, my mother does it, and, you know, she absolutely loves it. But so you just, you know, you have a Christmas fund, you have a birthday fund, and you contribute to that from January forward. Maybe you guys do this already and you're like, yeah, that's not really great, Viv. I've been doing that all my life. Brilliant if you have. I wasn't, but I certainly have been doing it for a very, very long time now. And I have my Christmas fund, my holiday fund, and whether that's in an envelope or in a bank account or wherever it is, it doesn't matter. But you contribute to that consistently every single month, without a shadow of a doubt, paying yourself first and paying these funds first before your money drivels away into God knows where. So you can put your 20 quid away, or 50, or however much you can afford, every single month. And, you know, it's actually really nice, because then by December there's no guilt, and there's no, oh my God, I'm really overspending. It's actually like there's all this money there just to spend, and you're there and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get this money out so I can just spend it all and not feel guilty. And it's just a really, really good feeling. So number 2, and this one I did an awful lot of this year from March. Again, since we were locked down and locked in and nowhere to go and nowhere to see and nothing to do. So I, you know, decluttered, as I said in my last video, but they're all kind of interconnected. And I just said, right, there's so much stuff I have here that I don't need. Sell your stuff. Sell it. Sell it. I have shoes that are like this height, And even though I'm Miss Vivienne, I'm not going to be wearing those shoes anytime soon. They're just not appropriate for school. Sold lots of my shoes, bags, clothes, anything I could find that I haven't worn in over a year or 2 years. And I made a lot of money. Like I made over, I'm going to tell you, I made like over €4,000 selling stuff. There's a few great websites. One that I actually use and have been using over the last couple of months is Vestiaire Collective. They are absolutely amazing. They charge, like, I think it's up on 20% commission to sell your stuff. But, you know, if you either want to sell or buy on it, anything you buy from them, and that's also another good tip, by the way, you don't have to buy everything brand new. Have a look on Vestiaire. They have, like, the most amazing, amazing products. Bags, Chanel, Gucci, Dior, Prada, everything you could ever want, Hermes, and they are authenticated. So there is absolutely no way of you being conned, but I'm not going to keep going into that. I will actually do another video on that someday because it's just incredible. But that's the website I've used. Obviously there's lots more. There's eBay, there's Poshmark. I'm not too sure, as I said, because Vestiaire is the one I've used and I found it brilliant. So sell your stuff. And then again, which has happened to me because I've got a few new bits recently, and the only reason I justified that was because I had sold so much. So one in, one out kind of rule, you know. And my number uno tip for your finances, getting yourself in order, paying yourself first, is automate your finances. Automate them. Just ring your bank on Monday and say, look, I need to automate this. This goes here, this goes there. You know, when my check comes in, I want this amount of it to come out and go into my savings. I want, like, if it's 10%, which you should be doing anyway, I want 10% to go into my expense account. I want 5% to go into my Christmas fund. I want 10% to go into my holiday fund. And you will see in like 6 months to a year, the difference in your account and your life will be absolutely incredible. Automate everything. Just automate it all, and you've nothing to think about except for the fact that this is what I have left over. This is what I have to spend. This is all I'm allowed to spend. And that's going to do me until my life improves, until I educate myself, and until I have more new skills where I earn more money. There's an amazing woman called Lynn Richardson, and a shout out to Lynn because she is so informative when it comes to finances. You should look her up on YouTube. And again, by the way, you know, I wanted to go back and say that about YouTube and Netflix. I mean, you know, people are watching I love Netflix myself. A lot of it's very repetitive, but what are you doing watching Netflix and paying for it? You've got YouTube, which is free, and you can learn so much on YouTube. So I have been doing that, and now I still like Grace and Frankie. But anyway, Lynn Richardson, a shout out to her, and she said most famous people are not wealthy, and most wealthy people are not famous. So think about that. Therefore, you and me and everybody else has the opportunity, you know, and the tools, the power, the ability to create wealth. You know, she's like, operate by the laws of mathematics. Maths are there, they're measurable. If you have €10, you can spend €10, not €20. If you're spending €20, you're in debt. So it's really simple. It's just learn the rule, get off the sidelines and get into the game. Disconnect from the dollar or the euro signs and, you know, how it's going to make you feel. Oh, when I get this, it's going to make me feel like this, or it's going to make me feel like that. It's going to make me more desirable, and I'm going to chase it, and it's going to make... No, it's not. Again, going back to one of my previous videos, it all comes from within. And once you learn how to detach from the feelings with money, detach from that and know the power of, you know, you, and the power of the reality and the truth, and you know, being a good person and doing right, and then that will lead you, you know, to get money, because money will be attracted to you. It's kind of like dating, to be honest with you. It is. And I will be doing a video on that also. It's kind of like dating in that, you know, did you ever go and chase the guy or the girl, and you're chasing them and you're ringing them and you're looking for them and you're turning up in the places like a stalker where they are, and you're wondering why they're not texting you back, or they're not ringing you back, or they're not doing this, or they're not looking at you, and they're not giving you the attention that you want, because you're chasing them. But when you stop and when you pull back, that is when they become interested in you. And they're like, oh, well, why isn't she, you know, looking for me anymore, or ringing me, or texting me, or, you know, or reaching out to me, or Money is exactly the same. Do not chase money. Do not chase men. Do not chase women. No, chase women. They like to chase. Work on yourself first. Get your financial education. Learn about stocks and bonds and investments, and write your book and start your home business and do all that kind of stuff. And it will follow you. I promise you. And Lynn promises you. So, as Rockefeller said all those years ago when he took money off the school curriculum, he didn't want thinkers. He wanted workers. And so we have to teach ourselves about money and about finance and teach our children. So that's enough for today, class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll go and do your homework. You'll come back and report to me and let me know what's the next step you're going to take with your money and what are you going to do. How are you going to improve your life, your savings? Let me know in the comments down below. I will add a few videos here. Please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. So in the meanwhile, stay safe, compassionate, and be kind. Goodbye from Miss Vivienne.